Hello everybody, Lifter for Life here, bringing us a brand new video, and today we got a look at the Magikeys and some other stuff. I know I'm a few days late on this, and frankly, I don't care. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I am a very busy person working 2 jobs. I don't have a choice in when I can sit down and make a video like half the time, because I gotta be able to actually have the energy and the time, and I don't get a lot of either. So going to be spending the next few videos trying to catch up. I might do a double release, but I don't know. Probably not, because I want to be able to actually have content for a few days. I don't know. I do have the day off tomorrow. Today's Thursday, so tomorrow's Friday. I do have the day off tomorrow, and I hope to be able to make some videos, as well as also work on some ones that I did record before, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, I am sorry for the inundation at the beginning there. Let's talk about the Magikeys. I'm not sure what to feel about this archetype. So this is from the Dawn of Majesty set, which is the set with Majestic, the upgraded version of Majestic Star Dragon. And I'm very mixed. It reminds me a lot of Invoked, honestly, because this is one of those archetypes where it's got one main deck monster that's like the central key focus of everything else. Except it's weird because it's also got rituals, and then it doesn't have a ritual spell, but it kind of does, but the spell's not a ritual spell, like dedicated ritual spell. Which is a bit annoying, but let's go ahead and take a look at it. So first and foremost, we got the key card of the archetype, Magikey Skyblaster Clavis. I can't wait to see how they're going to censor this, because he's got like, what is it called again? A Dominator, I think, from God, what was it called? This one anime where like they guess if you're going to be a criminal based on your heart rate and your mental health, and then they kill you with the Dominator gun thing. But yeah, he's basically got that, but then it's got a revolver on top of it. You know, just this cool demon gun thing, and he's just this really just generic anime protagonist guy. There's not much to say other than that he's a 1919 level 4, I believe, warrior. Yeah, warrior, normal monster. He's got a pretty cool little flavor text down here. Every person is brimming with potential to go or to stop, to close or open door, to close or to open depends on yourself. There are many doors in this dazzling world. What opens them is a magical key. 2 keys and 1 door. So 2 keys, you get it. It's 2 guns combined. 2 wills and 1 form. If this door is open, the world shall be connected, and enormous power shall reveal itself. And again, the 2 wills, the gun is alive, which is revealed in the trap card here, where he's yelling at them. This just makes me want more of this makes me want even more like an anime based on these stories Konami makes, instead of, you know, just getting the standard generic anime. I'm half expecting this to get changed to check this out as well, which I'm not looking forward to. I just know Konami's gonna botch this. The last time we got a really cool, just pretty, you know, flavor text on a normal monster, Konami decided to turn it into the shortest flavor text on a normal monster. You know, freaking Mech Knight Avram had a really beautiful poem as his flavor text, and they changed it to check this out. It needs to be a meme more often. Oh my god. The only other notable thing I gotta say about this guy is that he reminds me a lot of Azure Striker Gunvolt, which is a great game if you haven't played it. It's it really is. It's basically Mega Man, but with Miku in it. Well, she's not Miku, but she might as well be. Anyway, so next up, this is where we get into a weird thing. It's a ritual fusion deck, okay? Basically, the fusion spell card also doubles as a ritual spell, which is really intriguing, but right now, I'm just not seeing it. So, let's go ahead and talk about it. First and foremost, we got Magikey Blaster Battle Buster, which it's literally just Clavis, but he turned the freaking pistol into a minigun, which, okay, that's really cool, honestly. Got a slight buff to the attack and defense, 2k attack, 2200 defense, still level 4, so he's super easy to ritual summon. And interestingly enough, he's a level 4 Dark Machine Ritual Tuner, which is really intriguing, especially since this deck also has a level 4 fusion tuner, and so far we don't have any synchros, which makes me think we're probably going to get a synchro card for this archetype. Whether or not that's going to be in Dawn of Majesty, which would make sense because it's a synchro set, or at least it kind of is with a good old Majestic Star Dragon on the front. Or if that's going to be later support, we're going to have to just wait and see. But either way, a Ritual Tuner, which I believe is the first Ritual Tuner, is really cool to see. You can Ritual Summon this card with Magikey Mafte. I thought I knew how to pronounce this, but now I'm reading it. I'm like, no, I don't know. Maftea, I don't know. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is Ritual Summon, you can add one Magikey card from your deck to your hand. So yeah, just on Ritual Summon, you get to search out any Magikey card, which is really cool. You could search out another Maftea, which is nice, but there's other things you can do with it. Once per turn, when an attack is declared involving discard an opponent's monster with the same attribute as a normal monster or Magikey monster in your graveyard, you can place any number of cards from your hand on the bottom of your deck, and if you do, negate that opponent's monster's effects until the end of this turn. Then draw cards equal to the number of cards you placed. It's a really weird roundabout way to draw cards, but however, getting to reset your hand is really important, especially since due to this deck being so weird, you're gonna want to be able to reset your hand and get to your spells and your monsters and whatever you happen to be mixing with this. I kind of see this probably getting mixed with Invoked or other small like archetypes. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens, but still pretty decent first Ritual Tuner here. Next up, we got Magikey Cannon Garrison. Hey, you thought a minigun was cool? Let's turn him into a catapult. He looks like a crocodile. Look at that. Teeth, clothes, crocodile. I don't know. That's so cool. I want to know what the lore of the freaking thing is. It's just, what? So Magikey Cannon Garrison, a level 8 Earth Machine Ritual Effect monster, 2k attack with 2800 defense. You can Ritual Summon this card with Magikey Maftea. You can only use second and third effects of this card's name per turn once. Each first effect gains 300 attack for each monster attribute in your graveyard. So there's a total of 7 attributes if you count Divine, 6 if you don't. So, you know, with the 7, you get, what, 2100 bonus attack if you have one of everybody in the graveyard. I don't see that being a super reliable thing, but hey, with 6 you're at 1800 plus, so that's 3800. That's a lot. It is interesting to see that they are inverse, so rituals have the higher defense while the fusions have the higher attack. So that is pretty neat. The attack buff I don't see being much of anything very often. Next up, second effect. When your opponent activates the effect of a monster, the same attribute as a monster in your graveyard, and you control this card, Ritual Summoned, using monsters of 2 or more attributes. Quick effect, you can negate the activation if you do, destroy that monster. So this is a really, really, really restrictive negation here. Okay, so you have to be able to, the monster has to be something that has the same attribute as one of your dudes in your graveyard. And on top of that, you have to Ritual Summon this using monsters with 2 or more attributes. So you can't like Ritual Summon him with one level 8 and get him out for free. So if you Ritual Summon him out for free, you don't get the, well, not free, but you know, with like 1 tribute, you don't get the negation, which is annoying. Really annoying. Okay, so now granted, if you Ritual Summon him with 2 or more attribute monster, like 2 or more different attribute monsters, you're going to have multiple attributes in the graveyard, so more things to cover. It's not horrible, but I've seen better, well, there's objectively better negation in this, but still, it's not horrible. If this Ritual Summon card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Magikey monster from your deck to your hand. So yeah, another searcher, but only on destruction, which actually, wait, oh yeah, it has to be on Ritual Summon. Yeah, so the Ritual Summon card has to be sent to the graveyard, and that's not like the worst thing in the world. It is a battle floater, or, well, destruction floater, I should say, but it's not the worst thing in the world. It could be better. Now the nice thing is that if you Ritual Summon it and Infusion Summon using it to go into like one of the big guys here, the fusions, you do get the search unless it misses timing. I don't think it will. But then again, I'm not like an expert, so it might be missing timing for all I know. I hope to God not, but it could possibly. I got to double check on the rollings on that. Next up, we got Magikey Summon Beast. Oh, Jesus. Ansia Lobolus. Ansia Lobolus. Anya Lobolus. So I guess the gun turned into a beast. Wait, no. Is the gun up here? I can't tell. Whatever. Anyway, so yeah. 2200 attack, 2k defense, level 4 Dark Beast Fusion Tuner, effect monster. Needs 1 Magikey monster plus 1 non-token normal monster, which isn't horrible, and heck, this thing could actually be a super poly target. You know, if like Blue Eyes ever becomes meta again and this deck is actually decent, you know, oh hey, I summon Blue Eyes, okay, super poly. Oh crap. That's just something funny that I gotta mention. If this card is fused in summon, you can add one of the Magikey Myfigurecollection from your graveyard to your hand. Once per turn, you can target one attack position monster with the same attribute as a normal monster or Magikey monster in your graveyard, change it to defense position, and if you do, it loses 1000 defense. And then third effect, banish any monsters for a battle with this card, which, I mean, it's not the worst effect here. It is a bit annoying because he's 2200, which isn't the greatest amount of attack power. But, however, he's going to be able to run over a lot, especially if you do use his effect. I wish this was a quick effect. Not this one, but this a quick effect. Because then he would be able to just kind of fiddle around with the battle phase shenanigans a bit more. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, changing stuff to defense, not gonna be the easiest thing in the world when links are around, so yeah, I like it though. This card is pretty cool, and hey, he's your next step up into the bigger fusion. Magikey Summon Dragon Bemis. That sounds, I'm not gonna finish that. I'm not gonna finish that. That does not sound good. Level 8 when Dragon Fusion effect monster. Hey, if this thing's in your graveyard, you can bring it back with Return of the Dragon Lords. There's that. Is this a beast? Yeah, it's a beast. 20 under attack, 2k defense. Pretty decent stats on it. 1 Magikey effect monster plus 1 non-tuner. Sorry, one non-token normal monster. So ideally, like, you would want to use like this guy with the normal monster. Okay, I don't know how you're going to get all these resources to your hand, and you only have one normal monster to work with. So anyways, when fusion summon, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects. So hey, no bottomless trap hole for this. A big whoop. Once per turn, you can target one normal monster or Magikey monster in your graveyard. Destroy all monsters your opponent controls with the same attribute. Why is this not a quick effect? Okay, why is this not a quick effect? I'm just going to say that now. Why is this not a quick effect? This should be a quick effect. This isn't horrible either. This is still a good effect, but it really should have been a quick effect. Third effect, once per turn, if an opponent's monster with the same attribute as a monster in your graveyard is destroyed by battle or card effect, and you control this fusion summon card using monsters with 2 or more attributes as material, you can draw 1 card. Which is pretty cool, you know, oh hey, once per turn you kill something, draw a card. And this actually is not a hard once per turn, so if you get multiples of these guys out, you can draw multiple cards. Which is cool, but you should be winning and not really need to draws if you have like 3 of this guy out. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm very mixed on this. I really want to like these. Let's check out the Fusion Ritual card here. Magikey Myfigurecollection, normal spell card, right out the bat. I wish they would have just given us a Ritual and a Fusion spell, because since it's not a Ritual spell, you cannot benefit off of a plethora of Ritual support. Same thing, since this is not a Fusion card anywhere. You cannot benefit off of most of the plethora of the Fusion support cards. You gotta rely on all of your in-archetype stuff to get this card. That being said though, I like the artwork. It looks cool. This is a dragon gun, and it's got like this other thing right behind it, which I think is the revolver part, which is cool. So normal spell card, Fusion summon one Magikey fusion monster from your archetype using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material, or ritual summon one Magikey ritual monster from your hand by attributing monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal or exceed the level of the ritual monster. If you control a normal monster, you can also send one normal monster from your deck to the graveyard as fusion material or as one of the monsters required for the ritual summon. This is cool and all. Honestly, what would have made this card perfect if it was anything like Underworld Resonance Synchro Fusion. Okay, I can't believe I forgot about this card. Well, actually, no, I can, because it's an anime only. So, So, if you haven't ever heard of Underworld Resonance, let me see if I can find it. Okay, no. Come on, Synchro Fusion. That's what they changed it in the dub. That is stupid. Underworld Resonance Synchro Fusion sounds so much cooler. So Harmonic Synchro Fusion is a fusion spell from the anime. Arc V anime. Spell summon 2 monsters from your X deck, 1 fusion and 1 synchro monster by using materials you control as both fusion and synchro materials. This spell summon is treated as a fusion summon for the fusion summon and a synchro summon for the synchro monster. Oh, hey, I have this spell card that lets me fusion and synchro at the same time using the same materials. If this did that, but for fusion and rituals for Magikey monsters, this would be perfect. Oh my god, I would love it. Imagine that. It just, oh, hey, I'm going to fusion summon my level 4 and ritual summon my level 4 at the same time. And then on top of that, then I can go into the level 8 that we're inevitably going to get. So, oh, that'd be so cool. But of course, Konami's not gonna do anything like that, so it's sad. But really cool card overall. I can't think of any other card other than Harmonic Synchro Fusion that does this, where it can do one or both, or one or the other, I should say. Harmonic Synchro Fusion does both, so oh boy. And next up, we got the field spell Magikey Unsealing. Field spell card. You can only activate 1 card of this card's name per turn, and you can only use its start effect once per name. Well, you can only use the 3rd effect of this card's name once per turn. So, yeah, hard once per turn on the 3rd effect. When this card resolves, you can add a Magikey monster from your deck to your hand. Right now, that's literally just a normal monster. The first time, each normal monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect each turn, except tokens. It is not. During your main phase, you can add 1 Magikey Maftea from your deck to your hand and place 1 card from your hand on the bottom of the deck. So, this is the saving grace for the archetype in that we have effectively 4 ways of getting to Maftea right off the bat. The trap cards, I believe one of them does something similar. We'll have to get to it here in a minute. It's been a while since I've read these. But, you know, 3 of this with 1 terraforming and maybe 1 metaverse if you really want to go with it, helps you get to, well, Maftea and your monster. And this looks so cool. I want to know what the lore is. Tell me. Okay, so anyways, yeah, this is a cool card. It's a good card, and it's very, very, very much necessary for the archetype. I wish you could just add the Maftea instead of having to also place something on the bottom of your deck. But hey, if you happen to draw into multiple of the normal monster, and you activate this card, and you get your 3rd normal monster, then you activate the effect to search out Maftea, and then you put the ritual monster on the bottom, the normal monster on the bottom. And then, oh hey, you can now send it to graveyard for the effect of Maftea, so you can get the free summon and all that. The only issue with doing the free dump off of Maftea is that the only time you'd ever want to do it, like really, is maybe, so let's see here, if you control a normal monster. Okay, so it doesn't have to say if you're using a normal monster. So if like you have a normal monster out and you want to go for like Andrabimus, here, and you have the normal monster and Anseala Bolus. You want to go for this big guy, you can use him, and oh wait, they're both dark. What? Oh, that is annoying. I thought the level 4s were different attributes from the normal. I thought you were a light. Why are you a dark? That's annoying. Okay, so that makes it even harder to get the 2 attribute effect off of for the fusion and the ritual. That is... Okay, next up we got Connected Magikey. Normal trap card, target one normal monster or Magikey monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand, and apply one of these effects. So you get the recursion, and then you get the bonus effects. So you can either fusion summon a Magikey fusion monster from your extract in defense position using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material, or you can ritual summon one Magikey ritual monster from your hand in defense position by attributing monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal or exceed the level of the ritual monster. So yeah, this is basically another way to summon out your monsters. This looks almost very... The effect back here looks very similar to the Watt Cancel effect. I don't know why, it just reminded me of that. But anyways, yeah, cool card. It's another key card because you're going to need it. Next up we got Magikey Lock Unlock. It's a counter trap card. You can only activate one card of this card's name per turn. When your opponent activates a spell or trap card while you control a Magikey ritual or a Magikey monster spell summon from the extract, okay. Negate that activation. If you do, destroy that card. Then you can declare one attribute, and if you do, all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls become the declared attribute until the end of this turn. So the attribute thing is cool because then you can mess around with things and be able to, well, if it's during your opponent's turn, be able to negate more stuff with cannon, or if it's your turn, you can then destroy more stuff with Andrabemus. It's a cool card. Unlock also has some pretty cool artwork here, which again I like, but like I'm still very mixed on this archetype, and there's some very good reasons why. Mainly because it just feels like there's not enough, and you know, to be fair, this is our first reveal of it, but also at the same time we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards here. Whenever an archetype is first released, it's typically going to get 10 cards. So, a best case scenario, we get one more card that they haven't revealed yet in Dawn of Majesty, and then we get another wave of support of like 10 cards in the next set. That would be best case scenario, and what the deck needs to be something good. Now, on that note, for all I know, this could be enough. I don't know. I mean, I'm the same idiot who thought Zodiac wasn't going to be that great when I first saw it. No joke. If you go and like look up like my old Junicc video back when that's what we knew them as, and they were first revealed in the OCG, I'm like, they're okay. I don't think they'll be anything amazing. I regret those words so much. I could be wrong here, but I just don't see it. I just don't see it. It's really cool, like concept and artwork and everything, and I want to figure out something to do with this deck, but I'm just not feeling it right now with this. And maybe it's just because I've gotten more pessimistic because I have to be more stringent on what I invest in terms of like trying to pick up cards and stuff, because I can't really invest in a lot of cards, but like at the same time I still really like building decks. That's my main thing that I love about this game, is building decks. And these kind of archetypes where it's like, hey, here's one monster in the main deck and a whole bunch of monsters in the extract, have at it, figure out what they work with. And that's the thing I love. That's like one of the things I love figuring out with like Invoked. You know, I figured out back in the day that, oh hey, Invoked worked really well with Gem Knights, and it turned into a really fun, good deck, and I did pretty well at tournaments with it. You know, I don't know if this is going to capture that same feeling. I really don't. I can't think of any archetypes off the top of my head that this would work well with. And there's very few things that actually mess around with attributes, and also want to mess around with normal monsters. Ideally, you would probably, like, because of the normal monster lenient, like, restriction or like tendency to go towards, maybe something involving Spiral Serpent or whatever it's called, Spiral, yeah, Phantasm Spiral Dragon and all that. Maybe something with that, but then you'd also have to get rid of the field spell and use Pacifist, and Pacifist is not particularly nice towards effect monsters. So, I don't know. It's going to be something that I'm going to have to tinker around with, and I'm sure other people have already figured out. So let's go ahead and also talk about a card that works with the archetype that was revealed shortly after. And that's Refined Ritual Art, which has probably one of my favorite artworks from a ritual summon, like a ritual spell. It just looks cool. He's like summoning a demon dragon thing. I don't know. Almost looks like he's summoning like Sayaru or something. I love it. Anyways, refined ritual art. This card can be used to ritual summon any one ritual monster. You can only activate one card or discard's name per turn. Ritual summon one ritual monster from your deck by attributing normal monsters in your hand whose total levels equal exactly the level of the monster you ritual summon. Shuffle the spell summon monster into the deck during your opponent's end phase. So you have to use a normal monster in your hand, and it has to equal the exact levels. Now, that being said, you can ritual summon any ritual monster from your deck, and that is the really cool thing. This card, along with the Magikey stuff, opens up some very intriguing possibilities. Like maybe Magikey, oh, what are they called? Necros. Magikey Necros. Imagine using this, attributing Sky Blaster here to summon freaking like Unicorn from deck. Now sure, he gets shuffled into the deck during the end phase, your opponent's end phase, but you still summon a free Unicorn from deck that you didn't even have to try and search for. And then heck, it doesn't have any restriction on the virtual monster you summon. You can still use its effects. You can still use it for another ritual summon. You can still use it for a link summon. You can still use it for an Xyz summon. You can still do whatever you want with it. So, as they're kind of joking here, you can summon Demise from your deck just by cheesing it out right away, and then pop, pay 2k, kill everything, get out another level 8 overlay. The only problem I have with this is considering its steep restrictions on all this down here. The fact you're going to activate one kind of sucks, but I kind of get where you're coming from with this. The final thing I want to talk about in this video, at least, I will be talking about the Gizmex, the sushi boats, which I have not actually read yet. I have not read the sushi stuff. I heard sushi boat, and I'm like, okay, I'm out. And the new Cyber Dark stuff I will talk about later in another video because this is late and I'm tired. We got our first look at the next Duelist pack, Duelist of Whirlwind, which is revealing the 3 duelists that use wind monsters. So this is something I've been looking forward to see what we're going to get, and 2 to 3 choices I'm very happy with. So first and foremost, we got a beefy looking Clear Wing here. He's like Clear Wing combined with Crystal Wing, and I love it. This is probably going to be Clear Wing Arc Dragon, if I had to take a guess. If you haven't noticed, we got Odd Eyes Arc Pendulum Dragon, and then we got Arc Rebellion Xyz Dragon. Arc. What are they from? Arc V. It's just this interesting kind of thing how we're getting these upgraded variants later on that are like named Arc somewhere. I can almost guarantee you this is Clear Wing Arc Dragon. I'm just calling it now. That's what he's going to be called. He's probably going to be good in both Speedroids and Wind Witches, and depending on what they go with, this might be Speedroid support or it might be Wind Witch support. Wind Witches did just get more support, which I keep forgetting even exist. But however, Speedroids are one of those archetypes that I feel like are only a couple cards away from being a good meta deck, or heck, even a good rogue deck. Probably more the latter than the former. But they're something close. They can churn out synchros really easily and fight their hand traps rather well as well. So I feel pretty confident that if this is dedicated Speedroid support that this is alluding to, the deck could be made into something great. But we're going to have to wait and see. Next up we got, ooh boy, a new waifu here. This card is totally not going to get censored. It more than likely is. Well, actually, since it's in a side set, who knows? Konami's been kind of lenient with the side sets in terms of censoring and stuff. But we're going to have to wait and see. Anyways, this is clearly Lyrilusc support, which is really, really cool. Lyrilusc, along with Wind Witches, were those archetypes that just got ignored. Now, granted, again, we did just get Wind Witch support, so it only makes sense to give Lyrilusc some support. So, the new Wind Witch support came out, let's see here, relatively recently, and it's pretty decent support for the archetype. Nothing amazing. Nothing that's going to make it like anything relevant in the meta again. But if you're a fan of Wind Witches, it made it into a playable archetype, because beforehand you only had Glass Spell, Ice Spell, Snow Bell, and then you got the Fusion, which is still just kind of there. And then you had the OK Synchro, and that was it. Everything else, the level 5 here, the new level 3, and then the level 8 in the Spell and Trap, those were all added in recently, which I gotta pick up. I really like Wind Witches. I want to try these out. But anyways, if you look at Lyrilusc, let's see here. Oh, cool. I spelled it right. They have almost nothing. Okay, they're just as bad as Wind Witch in terms of support. They got 3 main deck monsters, a fusion, and then 2 XEs. One of these was actually like a promo in Japan, which this thing is good. I love it. And the 3 main deck monsters are all actually really good, but however, the lack of support really hinders the deck's abilities. Assembled Nightingale is a pretty cool boss monster for the archetype, and I do like the gimmick of, oh hey, you can make this thing with 1000 attack, make it attack 5 times, do 5k damage, but it was never just enough to be able to finish off the opponent. Recital Starling was supposed to be able to help out with that, but it really wasn't. And then Independent Nightingale just wasn't anything particularly great for the archetype. You have to go out of your way to really be able to summon this thing with a good amount of attack power, and that was difficult to do a lot of times in my experience. But however, it's still a pretty good boss monster. So hopefully this deck gets some pretty good support. Personally for me, I want to see it get like maybe 2 new main deck monsters, and then obviously this is an Xyz if I had to take a guess. So a new boss monster would be much appreciated. And then just give it nothing but spells and traps. Maybe, well, obviously more spells than traps, but definitely give it more spells. Any spells, they don't have any right now, because the deck really needs it. You know, an archetypal fusion spell would be really cool, or maybe some recovery because the deck has none would be really nice as well. And maybe a link or something would be cool, but they don't really need links anymore because, haha, don't need to worry about those. So we're going to just have to wait and see what they get. And then finally we've got Sherry's stuff, which I am not familiar with. I have never seen that far into 5Ds. I don't know much about her other than that she has Chevaulier de Fleur, which is a card that I forget about sometimes. Actually, a lot of the times. Because Sherry really didn't have an archetype. She had the Fleur stuff. Let's see here. De Fleur. Yeah, she had Sorcerer de Fleur, which is interesting. Level 8, 2900. I think this is part of her archetype, right? Maybe not. I don't know. Fleur. Let's try searching just that. Okay, and we don't get Fleur Synchron. What the? What? Oh, there it is. It's a lie. Okay, so maybe this is part of the archetype. That's so weird. Why are they considering her a wind? That is so weird. So anyways, this is clearly an upgraded version of Chevaulier de Fleur, which is an okay synchro. Level 8, 2700 attack, needs Flare Synchron, plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. Once during each of your turns, when your opponent activates a spell or trap card, you can negate the activation and destroy that card. So it's just blanket spell and trap card negation during your turn only. And yeah, Flare Synchron is okay. If it's sent to the graveyard as a synchro material, you can special a level 2 or lower monster from your hand. So I'm not really sure what they have to work on with this. Again, I'm not familiar at all with Sherry or her archetype outside of Chevaulier de Fleur, and it's kind of sad because I've heard a lot of people who really like her. I just have not seen that far into 5Ds, so I'm just not really I don't know what to expect from this. Maybe more negation. It's got a cool artwork. I just feel like there's more wind archetypes that really could have used more support. Like, I don't know, off the top of my head. Okay, Okay, I really can't think of any others. What the hell? Why am I not thinking of any others? At least from the anime, because a lot of these Duelist pack are based off of anime people, so I guess since they... What other wind players were there? Harpies? But Harpies are inundated with support. They don't really need any more. Outside of Harpies, what else is there? I can't think. Nothing from the... Let's see here. We got Arc V. We got 2 Arc V. We had to go to 2 Arc V characters to get wind stuff. Is there anybody else who had a wind archetype? Like, really, I'm trying to think. I cannot think of any other... Stardust just got more support. They can't do that. Okay, so yeah, maybe Chevaulier the Floater was their only other option. It's gonna be interesting to see what comes of this. I don't know. Anyways, enough stalling. Thank you all for watching. Have a good day. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. See y'all later. Peace out. Rate, comment, and subscribe. And have a great day. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do consider rating, commenting, and subscribing. Sharing the video helps as well. If you especially really like it, please do consider being a channel member. Every little bit helps out. And hey, also why not check me out on my other social media pages. Thank you, and have a great day.